Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no. You guys are so kind. I can't even begin to put into words how honored I am to be able to sit behind this podcast microphone to talk about Descendants and Zombies for you. And because I look at it as an honor, I think more YouTubers out there should look at it as an honor too, and create great videos for you about Descendants and Zombies, and not talk about it in such a critical way. I think that Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson, Kylie Cantrell, Ruby Rose Turner deserve better. And I think you deserve better as the fans of this franchise for over a decade. For the last 10 years, we have talked about Descendants and Zombies for what feels like an eternity, and we've talked about it because we love it so much. And it is a niche that has brought us all together. And I am forever thankful that this niche brought me to each and every one of you. Because without each and every one of you, I would just be some guy uploading videos on YouTube from his parents' basement for all of his life, with no likes, no subscribers, no comments. But you guys, somewhere along this journey, fell in love with me. And I can't thank you enough for that. I guess there's just something about my voice tied into the Descendants franchise, and hearing my voice saying that there's going to be a Descendants 5, and there's going to be a Zombies 5, and you shouldn't have to worry, because really you shouldn't have to worry. I want you to know that everything is going to be alright. Even though it seems like everything is not going to be alright, and everything doesn't make sense right now, it is going to make sense eventually, because the Descendants fans are in this together. If you're a Descendants fan, then some other person out there is a Descendants fan, and they are your friend. And that is an incredible feeling. That's what makes this such an honor for me. It's that, every Descendants fan has their opinion, but everybody's opinion is the same in some way or another. Nobody ever contradicts each other. It's just opinions that are exchanged. So perhaps some people think there's going to be mermaids in Zombies 5. Some people think there's going to be witches in Zombies 5. Some people think there's going to be pirates in Zombies 5. That's called diversity, which I really, really appreciate. But you never hear Descendants fans and Zombies fans conflicting with each other about what is the better franchise. You never hear two girls fighting over who their favorite character is and who ultimately is the superior one. It's all just kindness and kind comments towards each other. Everybody is so pumped up for Descendants 5, and I love this so much because for every other niche out there, people will argue, people will debate, people will dispute their opinions, and as a radio show host and a columnist and a YouTuber for forever, I got caught up within that, and I would be surrounded by so much controversy. Politics had a lot to do with it. Other people's opinions got in the way of each other. But with this niche, everybody loves each other, and everybody is so incredibly supportive of each other, and that's what I love about it so much. And when you could have quit on me, you never ever quit on me once. I just showed up. I was a really sweet guy who wanted to create Descendants and Zombies videos for you, and you loved it. And you've been embracing me with hugs ever since, and for that I just want to say thank you. Because I know there are a lot of YouTubers out there that create Descendants and Zombies videos that don't really give you what you want as the viewer of the video. I think that the content that you're consuming should be content that you enjoy, content that you love, content that you appreciate. And if you're going to hear something about Dove Cameron, Kylie Cantrell, Ruby Rose Turner, Sophia Carson, you should at least hear something nice about your favorite stars to give you confidence that there will be a Descendants 5. There will be a Zombies 5, because a lot of people are saying there shouldn't be a Descendants 5. There shouldn't be a Zombies 5 because they have made way too many movies off of this franchise. They've made way too many movies off of this franchise because it's what people love. I mean, people didn't love High School Musical and Hannah Montana as much as they love this. Hannah Montana had millions of fans, and I was the biggest Hannah Montana fan out there. And as sad as I was to see Hannah Montana come to its end, it had to happen. And we wondered, 15 years ago, would anything surpass the legacy of Hannah Montana? Was anything ever going to have the honor of doing it? It took us 8.5 years, but we got to the point where Descendants and Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson and Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner just blew it out of proportion. It blew it out of the water. And because of Descendants, Hannah Montana pretty much has just faded off into obscurity. High School Musical has been forgotten about. The only time we ever hear any conversation about it is in interviews involving Dove Cameron, Kylie Cantrell, Sophia Carson, Ruby Rose Turner, because that's the way it is. The times have changed, and we've moved on with the times, and I'm really proud to have been a part of every generation of Disney fans. I've seen the best of them come and go. I've seen some of the most supportive fans and some of the most supportive niches come and go. Others have propelled to the heights of success. Others have crashed and burned, but this one exceeded everybody's expectations. And I think that's where every radio show host and every YouTuber on the internet got their enjoyment out of, criticizing Descendants and Zombies when they should have been devoting their time to saying something nice about it. I can't even tell you how many shows I've watched on YouTube, how many radio programs I've listened to that have reviewed Descendants and Zombies in such a negative way, in a way that it didn't deserve to be reviewed, because highly controlled political point of view somehow found its way into conversations. How Dove Cameron's point of view on life and her relationships with not only guys but girls somehow ended up in everybody's everyday conversations, and even ended up in the media. And Dove Cameron was being asked about it on podcasts. She was very proud and very obliging to answer the questions of people, but I think that a person's personal life deserves to be kept private. I think that if Dove Cameron wanted to share so much of it with everybody, she was very open-minded. She, went into every interview with an open heart and an open mind, and I had a lot of respect for Dove Cameron for answering the questions that she didn't have to answer, but she did keep so much of it private. I know her personal life with her dad committing suicide and how he felt about her and her mom was something that she, was very sensitive about. I did notice that. But the people didn't ever shy away from asking her questions about it in interviews, and I felt that to be very disrespectful. I've also felt it to be very disrespectful about how Kylie Control's political point of view somehow found its way into everyday conversations in everyday life, and her relationships with this guy that was treating her really horrible, so much so that she was crying, and it really upset me, and I wanted to vertical suplex him at a nightclub somewhere. And somehow I received worldwide popularity for wanting to vertical suplex Kylie Control's man. I really don't know how that happened, but it did. I wanted to do the same thing to Dove Cameron's man, Ryan McCartan, and Thomas Doherty years ago. Ryan McCartan, I think, somewhere along the way wanted to take credit for the Descendants franchise because he was good friends with Kenny Ortega. He was turned down for the role of Harry Hook, but apparently, according to him, Kenny Ortega wanted him to portray Harry Hook before it was given to Thomas Doherty, and then Ryan McCartan had a lot of stuff get in the way, apparently. I'm really happy he's gone from YouTube. I'm really happy that some of the people that used to review Descendants and Zombies are no longer on YouTube, because you guys don't deserve to hear what you've been hearing about Descendants and Zombies. You deserve to love and appreciate your favorite stars and the Descendants and Zombies franchises, because really, it will forever and always hold a special place in your heart. I'm doing the best that I can to keep these franchises alive for you, because I believe that's the way that we have to treat it. That's the way we have to look at it. We have to do our best to keep these franchises alive, so they will keep writing chapters, they will keep writing scripts, they will keep presenting opportunities for people to become breakout stars. Kind of like what happened with Zombies. Zombies lasted from 2018 to 2022, and then 2025 they come up with this new one, Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, which its essence was to pass the torch to Malachi Burton and Freya Skye from Mila Manheim and Meg Donnelly, and they did such a fabulous job with this. I remember watching Zombies back in February of 2018 and thinking this was going to be an amazing musical, a sci-fi musical where zombies and humans could coexist in a world that was so fantasy-oriented, it was amazing. And every dream, by the end of the first Zombies movie, you thought that every dream that you could have ever had could have been achievable and could come true. That's the thing. At the end of every Zombies movie, you were left with the belief that every dream that you had could come true. And I love that so much. And the same thing about Descendants. At the end of every Descendants movie, you thought and you felt as if every dream could come true. And then, take it from a guy who never ever wanted to take it away from you. I always wanted to encourage your dreams becoming a reality for you, because the reality is the most precious commodity that we have is time. And I think that a lot of people don't take into consideration just how valuable that commodity is. What a commodity is something that never lasts forever. So because time doesn't last forever, the time that we are allocated, we have to spend it with the ones that we love. We have to make the most of every moment, every single second that we have. So why should we discourage people from achieving their dreams? If somebody wants to be the next Descendant star, be the next Disney Channel star, wants to be a member of the volleyball team, the cheerleading squad, the track and field team, the swim team, why discourage them from that? Why not push them further? Why not push them beyond their physical limits and their dreams? Because really, every dream is achievable and can come true. I've got a friend who tells me every single day that dreams don't come true. He's a guy, but I always reassure him that every dream that he has will come true. I've had a lot of girls tell me that Disney princesses make them sick. That's because they don't believe in magic. They don't believe in dreams coming true. But a dream is a wish that only your heart can make. That is the reality of it. That's what Cinderella once said, and that's what she believed in her heart, that your heart is a dream that only your wish can make. And I think that that really is the essence of life. You know, I think that your heart is a dream that I really do believe that. Your heart is your best friend. I've always believed that your heart is your best friend. And I will die thinking that. I will go to my grave thinking that, because long after I'm dead and gone, all I've ever wanted is for the legacies of your favorite Descendant stars to live forever. That's all I've ever wanted. And I like to believe that some way or somehow I've been able to do that. I've been able to accomplish my dream. You know, as a YouTuber, it is really hard to get somebody to watch videos that you create. It's really hard for you to get somebody to hit your subscribe button. I would love to upload this video and tomorrow morning wake up with 15 new subscribers. But I know in order for that to happen, every single person who watches these videos would have to hit the subscribe button. And all I've ever wanted you to know is that everything is going to be okay. Because dreams do come true. You know, I moved into this island. I moved home from being up in the Yukon for 15 months over 15 years ago. And when I had to move away from home, move away from this island, and I couldn't see the ocean for 15 months of my life, it really hurt me. Because the ocean, there's just something with the ocean and the sounds of it, and seeing the moon every single night that you look out through your window, because there was an unequal balance of daylight and nighttime. So when all that was taken away from me, I became really emotional, because I missed the ocean. I missed the equal distribution of daylight and nighttime. And after 15 months of being away from this island, when I had the opportunity to move home, because there were a lot of times in my lifetime that I would journal about places I didn't want to be, people I didn't want to be around, because they were just so miserable. You know, why, if you're miserable, why make somebody else miserable? I always thought that. So when I moved home on this island, I vowed that I would never ever leave this island ever again, and I would create a show that would spread a message of kindness. For whatever niche I was going to fall into, I vowed that if I was going to do anything at all, I was going to spread a message of kindness. I was going to encourage people to trust their heart, because their hearts were their best friend. I was going to encourage people that only if they had 3 or 4 really good friends, that everything was going to be okay, because those friends would get them through every situation and or predicament and challenge they were faced with. I wanted to encourage people that any amount of darkness that they may encounter, those few friends that they fell into a group with would help them see the light and get them out of that darkness. I wanted to let introverts know that even though you're an introvert, you're still just as special as somebody who is a social butterfly. And if I could take a moment to speak to every introvert out there who watches these videos, there is nothing wrong with being an introvert. I think you are incredibly kind people. I have a few friends who's an introvert. I have a girl who is an introvert who is a really good friend of mine. I miss her dearly every day of my life. And I think that introverts have so much to offer this world. Just because you're not a social butterfly and you like to spend more time in your room listening to your music, you enjoy painting, you enjoy listening to music, that makes you such a special person. And everybody deserves to have kindness shown to them in this world. Social butterfly or not, introvert or extrovert, you deserve to be shown kindness. And everybody can find love. And that's what Descendants represented to me. Descendants represented second chances. It really represented a second chance, because I know that people were bullied in high school, people were locked in lockers, they were tripped up in hallways, they were called names, they were made fun of, they were told they would never find a girl who would fall in love with them and appreciate them. Just because you were told that, I hope it didn't hold you down from accomplishing whatever dreams you set out to achieve in life, just as sure as the sun is setting on our lives tonight. And this is the final video that I will upload for today. I want to say I'm really sorry about how late the videos were today. I want to apologize for that, because usually the videos are up earlier and produced ever before they were today. I had a lot of stuff getting away personally, but that did not stop me from uploading the same amount of videos that I would have uploaded yesterday or tomorrow. So tomorrow, before I go to the movies, because I'm going to the premiere of I Know What You Did Last Summer, I go to a lot of movie premieres. So before I go to the I Know What You Did Last Summer movie premiere, I will upload some more videos on this channel for you about Descendants and Zombies, because I do believe we will see Zombies 5. The release window is suggesting 2027. We've still got a way to go. Some people are suggesting a 3-year release window for this. But even if it is a 3-year release window for this, and a 1-year release window between now and the release of Descendants 5, Wonderland, which is a title I love, it will give me time to promote this channel and attract an even bigger audience, a more diverse audience, because I know there are a lot of Descendants fans out there who would love this channel and would appreciate this content, perhaps more than any of us who have already subscribed. I know every night of my life I dress like a prince, the flannel shirts, and I talk about, wanting to spread a message of kindness. I think that a lot of people that create these videos don't do that. They just, post a reaction video about the Descendants trailer. They post their thoughts and opinions on Descendants, and they don't even try to establish a relationship between the host and the audience, because a relationship between the host and the audience is really critical for every YouTuber or every YouTube channel to have. Once you have a friendship and an understanding established between yourself and the people you create the content for, your audience, then you're going places with a YouTube channel. But until you do that, what's going to happen is you're just pretty much going to fade off into obscurity, and nobody is going to really appreciate you for who you are. I have loved having the opportunity to create these videos for you. I was the biggest Ruby Rose Turner fan ever. I love Ruby so much. There's just something about Ruby Rose Turner's voice that gets me every single time. I love Ruby so much. Ruby is so kind, she's so genuine, and every night of my life I wish Ruby was here to help me make sense of life, help me build game chairs, play video games with me. And I'm sure I'm not the only guy that would love to have Ruby Rose Turner here with him every single night of his life. When Ruby posted on social media that she was parting ways with the Descendants franchise, it broke my heart. A lot of my videos I was uploading had the color of Ruby. Pink, the color of the character Bridget, because she was just so kind. And a lot of my videos are themed around Ruby Rose Turner, because I do believe that everything is going to be alright, no matter how difficult of a situation your life may or may not be. Because I know a lot of people have, far more challenging lives than they've ever admitted to. I want you to know that everything is going to be okay. Perhaps you were left brokenhearted today by some friend that you thought was your best friend. Perhaps you were left brokenhearted by a boyfriend you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with. But I want you to know that it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay, because I have hope for you. And I pray for you every single night of my life. I really do. This is a guy that you're watching videos of who genuinely cares about you and how you feel and what you're going through. And that's what Descendants really wanted to teach us, was that no matter what we're going through in life, there is such a thing as a second chance, and there is hope for everybody out there. The kindness that I have received from the Descendants and Zombies universe has been absolutely unparalleled to anything else that I've ever experienced in my life. And this has been a journey that I will never, ever forget. I will never forget any of you. I don't know who any of you are who watch these videos and who hear my voice every single night of your life before you fall asleep, because a lot of you watch these videos before you fall asleep. I don't need to know who you are, because I know you are a good person. That's okay that I don't know who you are that's watching this video, because I know you are a good person. And I love you so much. I say this because for the 25 years that I've had the honor of creating these videos, I have seen my fair share of criticism. I have been shut down emotionally because of the criticism I have received. But for every single person who has shut me down with criticism, each and every one of you girls who have hit my subscribe button have seemingly brought me back time and time again, and I've came back stronger every single time because of each and every one of you. You girls have been a shield for me against every critic that I may have encountered, and you have always been there to protect me. And because of that, I just want to say thank you so much for that. Because I never ever thought this YouTube channel would see 100 subscribers, much less 3,000. The situation is right now I am at 2,749 subscribers. 2,749 subscribers is a lot of subscribers, but I could have 2,750, 2,751. I could have 2,800 subscribers. But I also know that in order for that to happen, every single person who watches these videos would have to hit the subscribe button. If you watch a video once that I upload, for every view a video would put up and accumulate, you would have to hit the subscribe button. I know that's virtually impossible and a little bit too much to ask, but I would love for you to do it. No matter if you're a fan of the original cast, you're welcome to subscribe to this YouTube channel too. You don't have to be a fan of the new cast. You don't necessarily have to be a fan of Ruby Rose Turner or Kylie Cantrell to subscribe, although I'm a really big fan of Ruby. I would love for more Ruby Rose Turner fans to subscribe, because I know that I have noticed that a lot of the Bridget videos that I upload on this channel do get a lot of views and do attract a lot of subscribers. I create a lot of the Bridget videos because she was just so genuinely kind. That was the thing about Ruby. Ruby was just so genuinely kind, and she was so beautiful. You know, underneath that pink wig that she wears, she is just genuinely beautiful. A beautiful blonde girl with such a beautiful future ahead of her, and her smile, as far as I'm concerned, lights up every room. And I think she's brought the best out of everybody she's had the opportunity to work with. And Kylie Cantrell has inspired me to run for President of the United States. I'm putting it out there that in 2028, Jonathan Clarke is going to run for and become President of the United States, so Kylie Cantrell can finally shut her eyes every night, knowing that someone is proud to have called themselves a Kylie Cantrell man, knowing that the support is there for her, knowing that kind guys and really genuine guys do exist in this world. That's all I've ever wanted for Kylie Cantrell. I've wanted to take away Kylie Cantrell's pain for forever, because I think she has seen her fair share of criticism, and criticism she does not deserve. She's cried herself to sleep so many times. I've watched videos where I've seen her crying. I know she cries because of the opinions of people that have been expressed, because she just feels as if she's not doing anything wrong. And I want her to know that she's not doing anything wrong. I want these Descendant stars to know that it is okay to Google yourself. It is okay for you to be YouTubing yourself, because I have a frog stuck in my throat. There it is, it's gone. It is okay for you to be YouTubing yourself, because I keep creating these videos and I don't cough during the video, so I'm holding back a cough or a sneeze all the time. But I want them to know that everything is okay. I just want them to know that everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be all right, and I'm going to help everybody make sense of the Descendants franchise, because that's the way it has to be. I mean, if somebody is always going to be criticizing Descendants and always going to be trying to tear it down from the ground up, and then leaving people like me to have to rebuild it and to, rebuild your self-esteem and your confidence, all I've ever wanted you guys to be are to become stronger. And the stronger you become, the more beautiful you are going to shine in this world, because you are the light out of every darkness. You really are the light out of every darkness. I'm just a guy who sits here on this YouTube channel with a plaid shirt, a Rolex watch, and tells you that everything is going to be okay. It's your choice to listen to me, and it's your choice to believe in this message, because I do genuinely care about every single person who subscribes to this YouTube channel and watches these videos, even if you don't subscribe. I really do. And that is more than you're going to hear about from anybody else on YouTube who reviews Descendants and Zombies. I would love for you to be a part of this. I really would. I love creating these videos for you. I think that far better reviews could be put together and compiled about Descendants and Zombies, and should have been compiled for far long enough now. And I just wanted to be that guy to give it to you. I just wanted to be that sweet guy that a lot of people would fall in love with, and hope that they would fall in love with and love his channel. Because as a YouTube creator, it is very challenging for you to find a video, or something to talk about on your video and upload it, and to get somebody to hit your subscribe button. But I like to believe that I have achieved that, because one thing that I want you to know is that everything is going to be okay, and every single dream that you have, or even if you don't have it, maybe you haven't discovered what your dream is, but I just want you to know that everything is going to be okay, because it has to be. It really has to be, because you're incredibly supportive. You are unbelievable. You've treated me with nothing but respect, and I just wanted to treat you with that same amount of respect. If I get 15, 20 likes for this video, I will be very appreciative of it. And you can expect the video to drop tomorrow morning with a lot of thank yous. I know it is very hard to get somebody to watch your video. I know it's really hard to get somebody to hear your message, but I like to believe that thousands of girls, no matter what they're going through, have heard my message. Because we are in this together. It is a passion that has brought us all together. It is an experience that I know I will never ever forget, and long after I'm dead and gone, all I've ever wanted are for the legacies of your favorite Descendant stars and the Descendants and Zombies franchises to live eternally, forever and always, inside of your hearts. I have never ever wanted to take that away from you. I have never ever wanted to discourage you like many other YouTubers out there on their YouTube channels have tried to do by tearing down the credibility of the Descendants and Zombies franchises. Allow me to be what heals that for you in your heart and make it enjoyable for you to YouTube Descendants and Zombies videos again. Because you haven't been able to YouTube really great Descendants and Zombies videos for forever, so allow me to heal you. And come with me on this journey. Hit the subscribe button. Make me the greatest of all time. Allow me to go down in history for being a legend, for having talked about Descendants and Zombies and being the voice of Descendants and Zombies. And I promise you, if you take a chance on me, you will never regret it. Because there is no other guy who is as sweet as this who would create Descendants and Zombies video for you and love every single second of it. I love you guys so much. I want you to believe that every dream that you have can come true and will come true for you, even if it didn't today. Tomorrow is another opportunity. I will be back tomorrow with more great videos on Descendants and Zombies, and I hope, one can only hope as a YouTube creator, that you will join me for those videos. Because I love creating Descendants and Zombies videos for you. I love being here with you every single night of my life. Know that every dream that you have will come true, and life is sweeter when we all are together, because that's really the way life is. The purpose of our existence is to be put on this earth to help each other, and to be defined through a legacy where we help each other. And we have lots of friends because we were kind to each other, because there's never enough kindness in this world, because life is sweeter when we all are. With that having been said, be kind to one another. Bye, YouTube. I will be back again tomorrow, and we will do this all over again one more time.